We now have some clowns, some of which are creepy. 60% of the clowns are creepy. Typical circus has 8 clowns. We want to create a random variable x with a binomial distribution. So we're in chapter 4. Let's look at the formula page here. Chapter 4, we have, let's see, binomial distribution. P is a probability of success, which in this case, that's a creepy clown. Q is probability of failure, not a creepy clown, or the 1 minus that probability. X is the number of successes in the n independent trials. We don't need the mean and standard deviation for this one. There's a binomial dist and a binomial inv. So we'll use one of those two, but they both start with binom, B-I-N-O-M. So let's look back here. All right. Describe the random variable x. So remember random variable x, number of successes in the n independent trials. So x is the number of creepy clowns out of, there's 8 in the circus. All right, so now we're going to find all these probabilities here. Part B is not really a part, it just tells me what to do next. So what we're going to do is create a binomial distribution. So we have x, there can be anywhere from 0 up to, there's 8 total. So we could have 0 creepy clowns, 1, 2 creepy clowns, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or all 8 of the clowns could be creepy. And here's the probability of x. So we're going to compute it. Binom dot. Now there's 2 options, dist and inverse. So let's try dist first. So this has a number underscore s. I think it'll tell us this is a number of successes. So number of successes is this right here, A11. Trials, there's 8 clowns total. Probability of success, probability of a creepy clown is given up at the top. It's 60%. So that's 0.6 or 0.60. Cumulative, let's see. We're going to go with false here. For cumulative, we're going to do each one individually. All right, so this is binom dist. The only thing that's going to change when I duplicate this formula is A11. When I duplicate it on the next line, it'll be A12, A13, A14, and go down. So let's go ahead and duplicate it down with that black plus symbol right there. Now this should add up to 1. So let's go ahead and do the sum really quick. It does add up to 1. That's important. So this is a probability distribution because each number is positive and adds up to 1. And we're now ready to answer these questions. If this number was closer to 0% or 100%, this number might be so small. You might need more decimal places, in which case I would make that column bigger, and you could go to number, and you could make this much bigger. You didn't have to do it on this question because this number was closer to 50%, so these numbers didn't get too small here. All right, circus has 2 or fewer creepy clowns. So if I type this in, this is probability 2 or fewer, so that is probability that x 2 or fewer, so it's less than or equal to 2. That's a probability x is less than or equal to 2. And I'm going to move that over one more space. All right, less than or equal to 2. So this is probability of 0, 1, or 2. So it's any of these, and it's or. So you could have 0 clowns, creepy clowns, 1 creepy clown, or 2 creepy clowns. So it's 2 or fewer. So it's any of those. Because it's an or, that's why I'm using the sum. So just go sum, enter. So that's all three of these added together. All right, part D, the circus has more than 3. And you have to be careful. More than 3 is not 3. More than 3 is 4. Less than 7, that's anywhere from 4 up to 6. So it's these three numbers added together. So let's type in what this is, probability. So we have more than 3. So we have x is greater than 3. Not equal to, but greater than 3 and less than 7. Now I'm going to take this and copy and paste it here. And let's see what's happening. I did want 3 of them, but not these 3. So I'm going to move the cursor to the edge, one of the sides. I'm dragging it down so it goes more than 3, less than 7. So it's 4, 5, or 6. And we're going to add those up. And that's the probability we have. I don't know why part E, I put 2 or fewer creepy clowns. Let's make this question more interesting. Let's go more than 2. Now, if you saw what was on there on the actual, on a midterm, you just put the same answer in twice for part C and part E. But more than 2 creepy clowns, don't change the questions on your test. Circus has more than 2 creepy clowns. All right, probability that, so more than 2, so that is 2 greater than, less than x, so x is greater than 2, so not equal to 2, but greater than 2. Now, it looks kind of similar to this, but x and 2 are on opposite sides this time. So now x is bigger than 2. It's also not equal to. So again, we're using sum. Don't start at 2. We're starting from 3, and I'm left-clicking and dragging up to the maximum. All right. Number F, circus has only 1 creepy clown. Probability that x equals 1. All right, chance x equals 1. That's only this one right here. So I'm just going with equals, and I'm just clicking on that one right there. I don't need to add anything. It's just 1 creepy clown. Oh, I read that wrong. Hopefully you caught me. If it was actually 1, that would be there. But it doesn't say 1 creepy clown. It says only creepy clowns. So that means all the clowns are creepy. So that's x is 8, which is not this number, that number down there. All right, number G. Circus has no creepy clowns. So that's probability of x is what? So no creepy clowns is 0. So this one, we just go equals, and that's the 0 right there. Now, depending on how you're rounding, this might appear as a 0. I would, if I was writing this answer, I would make sure I put at least 4 decimal places. I would do at least that many decimal places, maybe that to be safe.